During the ongoing situation, we are all trying our best to cope with the challenges posed in front of us. A lot of people are currently overwhelmed and struggling to find relevant information on what to do and what measures to take. Also, acquiring appropriate information regarding the emergence of mucormycosis has been a very difficult task. But not anymore. Here we are to analyze and answer all the questions related to mucormycosis. So let's get started. In the first place, it becomes very important to know what makes people prone to mucormycosis. Having COVID-19 in the background of diabetes and steroid use is a classic setting for triple immune suppression. COVID-19 affects many segments of our body, including our immune system. Mucormycosis cases have been seen in people with decreased immunity, predominantly either due to diabetes or after some organ transplant. Now let's get to know about the relation between diabetes and mucormycosis. In diabetic patients, when the blood glucose of sugar becomes difficult to control, the immune system stops working properly. In case of severe diabetes, the function of pathogen-fighting cells like neutrophils gets impaired. Such factors make an individual prone to contracting mucormycosis. Besides, high sugar levels are also conducive to fungal growth.
The neutrophils have a major role, and there are many other aspects of diabetes, such as a high sugar level in itself is conducive for viral growth, which means that for fungus growth, which means that fungi love certain things, like we like certain foods. For example, I like jalebis. So likewise, the fungus loves sugar. The fungus loves trace metals like zinc and iron. The fungus loves those. It's like manure. When you grow a plant, fungus is a plant. When you grow a plant, to make it grow well, you throw some NPK into as fertilizer, right? Same way the fungus uses fertilizer in our body. It grows on dead tissue. Wherever there is dead tissue in our body, the fungus will grow.
Is dental health and mucormycosis connected? Let's get to know more. The dental expert Dr. Neeta Rana informed that there is definitely a link between good dental health and COVID-19 infection. When teeth, gums and palate are maintained well, viral infection is less likely to occur. If wound after tooth extraction is not maintained accurately and if good oral hygiene is not observed, then the chances of catching mucormycosis increases.
Definitely COVID-19 being a viral infection would also be in check. And we must not forget another point linking the two is that the blood supply. So the blood supply is the same, coming into the oral cavity and connecting it to the rest of the body. So that is also a major link why these two can be linked together. Hence, having a good oral health will also help in maintaining COVID-19.
Now let's understand how mucormycosis is related to post-COVID-19. Effects of immunosuppression and COVID-19 treatment remain in the body for some time. So it is advised to remain vigilant for a few weeks after recovering from COVID-19. Dr. Jaidwan apprised, so many studies have conclusively shown that good healthy bacteria living in our body improve our body's defense system against invading bad bacteria. So prolonged and unnecessary use of antibiotics is a strong risk factor for fungal and bacterial infections. Now let's embark on an important question. Does vaccination reduce the chance of contracting mucormycosis? When someone encounters a repeated infection or infection after vaccination, memory cells introduced in the previous infection swings into action immediately. Studies show that memory cells last at least a year. Ascribing more about it, Dr. Jaidwan informed,
Later developed COVID-19, as I mentioned, let's just assume it will be mild. So when it is mild, that person will not require steroids. So by default, their chance of getting COVID or steroid-related mucormycosis will be low. The chance that this person will require multiple medications or immunosuppressant medication like steroids is very small. Therefore, it will protect.
we live in a place where we are bombarded with information from all corners of the world. Innumerable messages are circulating on social media platforms. As a responsible citizen, we must verify the information that we receive and only trust authentic sources. Stay safe and get vaccinated. We will be back with some more updates. Thanks for watching.